introduce our Marshal of the Field, Sir Jeffrey Hitchcock. He is riding upon Morrow. He will be helping us out with all the rules of the fair, or joust.
This is World Joust Nights Tournament of Horse. Thank you for coming today. What you will see today is a test of skill between our two knights, Sir Michael and Sir James. They will compete in 3 martial skills games: the rings, tent pegging, and cut and thrust at cabbages. Then they will proceed to do two matches of 3 passes each at the joust, where they will attempt to break their lances on each other's shields. Would you like to see the knights now?
The World Joust Knights Tournament of Horse would like to present Sir Michael the Duchy of Morongo, riding upon Patras. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sir Michael!
Oh, I know we can get louder than that.
He's young, he's a showboat, and boy is he arrogant, but ooh, so cute. And ladies and gentlemen, Sir James Hill are riding upon Loretta. If your favorite color is blue, or you're craving a challenge, this football, Sir James Hill can deliver. It's not the size of the horse that matters, ladies. All right, Sir Marshal, would you like to talk about the first game, which I believe is the rings?
That's correct. As I mentioned, the knights will compete in 3 martial skills games, the first of which is tilting at the rings. You'll see these stands with the yellow rings hanging from them at the tilt. They will ride from your left to your right, attempting to carry all 3 rings on their spear. If they dislodge each ring, they will get 1 point per ring dislodged. If they carry a ring all the way to the end, they will get 2 points for that ring. Maximum total points is 6 points.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, you already see the ring game. Do you know what's going on? Yeah. So what's going to happen is they're going to have a spear in their hand and run forward just like that. But on their spear, they're going to try to catch those little yellow ringy things. Right? Isn't that crazy? Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to see this test of skill? Each rider will make 2 passes.
I wanted to point out that this is a continuing tournament which will culminate tomorrow in the final. We have a 3rd knight who couldn't be here today, but he jousted both days last weekend, Chevalier Jean-Pierre de Lorraine, who is actually currently in the lead, but he has performed in 2 sessions, and these knights here today, Sir Michael and Sir James, have only competed in 1 each. So they will joust today, making up their 2nd session. So the scores as of now, Sir Jean-Pierre, as I said, he's done 2 sessions. He has 39 points total.
Congratulations, Jean-Pierre.
Sir Michael, who is preparing to tilt at the rings just now, has 24 points, so he will need 16 points to make it into the final.
I believe you can do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Sir Michael.
Sir James, whose horse wears the blue caparison, has 20 points. He will need 20 points to make it into the final.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sir James Hill. This is actually his 2nd year ever jousting for the World Joust Knights Tournament of Horse. And I believe up first, we've got Sir Michael the Duchy of Morongo. At his ready, ladies and gentlemen, cheer him on. He's riding up on Patras. Let's cheer him on, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3.
2 rings taken, 1 ring dislodged, 5 points for Sir Michael.
5 points, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir James will run next.
We're resetting those rings. And a reminder, each one of these riders is going to ride twice on each of these events.
Good mama.
so we can get enough points to hopefully win the tournament. All right, Sir
At your
James
leisure,
Hill, if
Sir
you're
James.
ready, let's cheer him on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh!
We have 2 rings taken for a total of 4 points awarded for Sir James.
Congratulations, Sir James Hill. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to remind you that you yourselves are picking who your favorite knight is. Do you like Sir Chevalier Jean-Pierre de Lorraine, who performed last weekend? I mean, maybe, you don't know.
It seems like very few of these people were here last weekend.
There are a few.
But I would encourage everyone to come tomorrow because you'll get to see all 3 knights out here. Whether or not Chevalier Jean-Pierre is in the final tomorrow, he will still appear, so you'll be able to meet him. He is actually from France. Big surprise, since he's from Lorraine, but anyway. Yes, I would encourage everyone to come out tomorrow to see who wins this final tournament.
Clear. All set?
And now Sir Michael is ready to ride. Ladies and gentlemen, cheer for Sir Michael! Oh, 1 ring toss.
No rings dislodged, 1 ring taken. I award 2 points for Sir Michael.
Congratulations, Sir Michael. Resetting the ring in the middle. Sir James Hill is up next. Not yet.
The field is clear, Sir James, at your leisure.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like Sir James, let's cheer him on!
Oh, tough luck. 1 ring
toss.
dislodged for Sir James. I award 1 point.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your knights! We're going to tally up those scores and check to see who the winner is as soon as the marshal lets us know.
I'm happy to report Sir Michael has 7 points to Sir James 5.
Sir Michael is ahead by 2 with 7 points. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for them. So our second martial game has to do with these targets on the ground right in front of me, right here in the center. Would you like to speak on that, Marshal?
Well, I hope that at least the folks in front can see the red targets. They're small shields. Each knight will ride past them and attempt to spear one and carry it on his spear. If he touches the shield, he will get 1 point. If he carries it to the end of the field, it must stay on the tip of the spear. He gets 2 points. And he can only go after 1 target. I've seen some knights try to go after 2. Usually it's pretty impossible. So,
But not impossible.
it's possible, but extraordinarily difficult. This is a game that tests a knight's accuracy with the spear. It doesn't have much practical application on the battlefield unless you want to stick your opponent's infantry in the foot, perhaps. However, it is a very difficult game nonetheless, especially in armor. Sir Michael, whenever you're ready.
My lords and ladies, let's cheer Sir Michael on! Going for the furthest target, he carries it all the way to the end of the list.
I award 2 points to Sir Michael for carrying a shield on his spear.
Congratulations, Sir Michael. And now we will reset this target to give Sir James the correct amount of targets to achieve.
Well, quit shitting on my field.
Excellent.
A knight can go for any of the 3. The furthest away allows his mount and himself a little bit more time to settle, get into the rhythm of the pass.
Field is clear.
Sir James Hill!
And Sir James takes a target for 2 points.
Congratulations, Sir James. Ladies and gentlemen, are you entertained? that's what we're gonna do. Awesome. Oh, hey, buds. Hey, buds. Hey, Jack. Hi. Hey, future husband. How you doing? Yeah, there it is. Awesome.
Miss, I need the points. No, wait. Miss, I need the points.
The points are even, 2 and 2.
The targets are reset.
Targets
Michael,
are
if you
reset.
want to go again, you have one more opportunity at this game.
Sir Michael is riding now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sir Michael. He is riding on Patros. Oh, nicely done, taking the middle target all the way down to the end of the list.
Shield taken for 2 points for Sir Michael.
2 points, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, you were supposed to miss.
One of our squires, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a little golf clap. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have Sir James Hill ride on Loretta at the Marshall's Worth.
Targets are reset. Feel free to
Let's
go.
go, James Hill! Oh!
Missed just by the skin of the target, but a touch for 1 point for Sir James.
Huzzah, James Hill. 1 point for a touch. That is 4.
That concludes that game. And I will get the scores momentarily.
Excellent. We'll wait for the math, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys having a good time? Excellent. Is jousting everything that you wanted it to be? We haven't even seen jousting yet. You guys are going to have your minds blown. It's amazing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're now setting up for our final tournament game, the Marshall's game. But first, before we get to the cabbage, we want to hear from our Marshall.
After 2 of the 3 games, Sir James scored 3 points in the tent pegging. Sir Michael scored 4 points. Sir Michael has a total of 11 points to Sir James at 8 points.
Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. This next game is another game of skill. It's best used in military. And I will let the Marshal explain the cut and thrust to you.
Well, as you can see, these targets, they're cabbages, of course, but they are set at a very strategic height, just about the height of a man's head. And as we know, knights typically carry swords, so they will use this exercise to practice their swordsmanship on horseback, running from right to left. With the target to their right side, they will take 2 passes, attempting to cut through the first target with their sword, with a backhand cut, and then thrust at the second target. If they get a successful cut to the first target, they will get 1 point. If they have a successful thrust to the second target, they will also get 1 point. However, if they carry the second target on the point of their sword, they will get an additional point for a possible total of 3.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see the cut and thrust? Excellent. I believe riding first, we've got Sir Michael.
I'm going to have them space the targets just a little bit further apart,
Good call.
just to give our knights a little bit more time to have the thrust. About 8 feet this way. That's good. Thank you very much, David.
See, it's about head height, right? It's about eye level for that fantastic squire we got out there. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to see the cut and thrust?
Field is prepared. Anytime you're ready, Sir Michael.
Sir Michael! Let's hear it for Sir Michael! Cut! Thrust!
3 points for Sir Michael.
3 points!
Successful cut and a carry to the second cabbage. 3
Good
points.
job, Sir Michael. Exactly, we got some coleslaw that's happening. Sir James Hill, we are resetting the cabbages so you have a fair shot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a favorite, I'd love to hear your chants. You just come up with them. Like for James, I would say something like James Hill, James Hill, James Hill.
The field is ready, Sir James, anytime.
James Hill, 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 oh!
They got it.
So close.
Back out.
So close.
I believe I saw a successful cut and thrust, but I would like to examine the cabbages just to be sure.
The marshal is going to examine the cabbages.
Successful cut
Huzzah!
and a thrust, but not a carry. 2 points for Sir James.
2 points for Sir James!
I think the thrust I missed because it was a little out of focus.
I would advise Sir James to have a bit more intent on his thrust next time. He touched it, so I must give him the points. However, a little bit more vigor, a bit more speed, perhaps.
All of our audience members would also want that, right? A little bit more vigor from Sir James! All right, how about Sir Michael, ladies and gentlemen? Do you want Sir Michael to win? What will be your cheer? Michael, 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 Michael.
Again, excellent points.
Yeah.
Well done at the cut, sir. 3 points for Sir Michael.
I am looking forward to some salad tonight. Thank you, Sir Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, are you entertained? We've got one more pass from Sir James Hill. We are just resetting some cabbage. And obviously we need to clear that whole head and get a new one out there. Let's give a round of applause for our squires on the field. They work really, really hard, and I don't usually call them out. So good job, guys.
The field is reset, Sir James. You may run when ready.
Sir James, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it! Oh,
Unfortunately, I cannot award any points for that run.
no!
It was a clean miss at the first cabbage, and though he did dislodge the cabbage, he touched the post with his sword, not the cabbage.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's terrible. Oh,
Very
let's
sorry,
give a
Sir
round of
James.
applause for Sir James. Giving a valiant effort. We're gonna await those final points, but I'm pretty sure I know who is the victor on that one.
Somebody, I can't joust.
Everyone's staying hydrated. It's warm today. It's in the 90s.
Sir James, you scored 2 points at the cut and thrust. Sir Michael scored 6 points.
Huzzah for Sir Michael! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah!
Going into the joust, which is the second portion of our contest today, we have Sir James at 10 points and Sir Michael at 17 points.
Ooh!
So Sir James needs to make at least 10 points in the joust to make it to the final tomorrow. Sir Michael needs
He's already in.
This is math.
12 points.
12 points.
Perhaps 13. I think 13 points.
All right. Just to make it into the joust.
Actually, no, I'm mistaken there. Actually, he only needs 3 points.
3 points, ladies and gentlemen, to get into the joust. That's what Sir Michael needs. I have a feeling he might.
At 17 points with a combined score for Actually, I may have made another mistake. I'm terribly sorry about that. It's a little bit difficult to manage a horse and the score sheet all at the same time.
I understand.
Michael's score from the previous weekend was 24, combined with 17 points so far, would be 31 points. No, 41 points. So he has made it into the final.
Huzzah for Sir Michael! Ladies and gentlemen, has made it into the final tomorrow. Now we just need to determine if Sir James will be.
Whether it will be Sir James or Chevalier Jean-Pierre.
Indeed. So lords and ladies and esteemed guests, the knights will now don their helmets and shields for what you've all come here to see. The joust! The ultimate knightly game. It takes a brave man to present himself to the lance to be struck. The knight must have superb riding skills and be so bold yet stay upon his horse in the tilt. The knight's target is the shield, which carries upon his chest, and each knight may win a maximum of 3 points per course. They're going to do 3 passes for the side that they're on. So as you see, we've got Sir Michael on your right and Sir James on your left. And then after the 3 passes, they will then switch sides to make it a fair joust. And then ride Leslie. Would you like to explain more of the points?
I would be happy to explain the points.
Thank you, sir.
It can be somewhat complex because what you folks see is 2 guys riding at each other with sticks, right? Well, we call them lances, and the idea is to break them on the opponent's shield. Sometimes a rider will be struck so forcefully that he will be unhorsed and he will fall to the ground. If that happens, although it is very rare, I will award 10 points for an unhorsing. Now, it is absolutely essential that it be a clear unhorsing rather than just the knight getting to the end and maybe just falling off. It must be as a direct result of his opponent's strike. The other scoring we have, which is nonetheless dramatic and very spectacular, is the breaking of the lance to the shield, which is 3 points. If a knight were to break his lance between the neck and the waist but not on the shield, he is awarded 2 points. The smallest score we have is 1 point for what we call an attaint, which is a strike between the neck and the waist. Could be to the shield, could be to the body, but without a break of the lance. Just a touch of the coronal to the body. That's 1 point. So, 10 points could be a maximum, although, as I said before, it is very rare. These gentlemen are very skilled riders. They are very accustomed to taking very forceful strikes and then staying on. You will most likely see a lot of 3-point scores and a lot of lances being broken, I expect. So gentlemen, are you prepared? Sir Michael is prepared. Sir James signals he is prepared. Then lower your visors, arm yourselves, and be prepared to run.
Ladies and gentlemen, they are about to take their lances. Both of the squires are armed. They're about to deliver the lances.
Sir Michael is armed. Sir James is
also
armed.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're about to ride towards each
Riders are
other
ready.
and over
Sir
20
James
miles an hour.
Sir Michael signals, both signal.
And they're up. Ladies and gentlemen, give cheer! Oh.
2 breaks. I see 3-point strikes for both knights. 3 points for Sir Michael, 3 points for Sir James. Strikes to the shield, both. You're not very enthusiastic about that. They had maximum points. Let's hear it!
Sir Marshal, what are the wood in the lances? What kind of wood? I was asked what kind of wood are
The wood is a hardwood.
Hardwood?
Hardwood.
And on each tip it looks like a metal piece.
It is a coronal designed to grip the opponent's shield to aid in the breaking of the lance and keep it from skipping off to an unintended place.
We definitely don't want one of those coming out of us. Looks like
Both
both
knights
of
are
our
armed.
knights are armed.
Sir Michael signals. Sir James
turning and
signals.
running. They're going for it, ladies and gentlemen. Give them some cheer. Oh.
There was no strike from Sir James. No break.
It's very fast. Yeah.
Sir Michael had a strike to the shield, but the lance did not break. It is an attaint. Scored 1 point for Sir Michael.
1 point for Sir Michael. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. And for this, we're going to do one more pass. Oh, look, they're being so chivalrous. Oh. Sorry. Had a little bit clunker. Keep forgetting the microphone.
So we had 2 of our 3 passes in our first match. I believe Sir Michael and Sir James could be roughly tied in the joust.
Very close in points. Very, very close in points. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more pass in this direction. They're both armed.
Sir Michael is
They're
armed
both
already.
turning.
Sir James is turning.
They're both turning and they're both jousting. Ladies and gentlemen, cheer them on!
Both knights score 3 points for strikes to the shield. 3 points for Sir Michael, 3 points for Sir James. Well done, gentlemen.
Congratulations, knights. Ladies and gentlemen, are you entertained? Excellent. Well, at this time, the knights will switch sides. There's some horse poop on the jousting field on the list. But it's not in the way of the horses, so we're okay. The squires, watch your step over there.
At the end of the first jousting
Watch
match,
your step over there.
at the end of the first jousting match, the score is indeed close.
Indeed, Marshall. What is the score?
Sir James scores 6 points. Sir Michael scores 7 points.
Ooh.
So they are a mere 1 point apart.
Close. We need Sir James to get some more points here, ladies and gentlemen. Am I right? Yes, Sir James! Both have their lances. Both
Sir
are
James
armed.
stands ready. Sir Michael signals he's ready. Both knights are ready. At your leisure, gentlemen.
Here they go, ladies and gentlemen, cheer them on! Oh, look at that one go up!
Goodness gracious, what force.
Ooh, I hope no one
We
was
have
cooking.
3 points for Sir Michael and 3 points for Sir James. Maximum scores to both.
Maximum scores. Good job, gentlemen. Anybody get some of that strawberry lemonade that's happening over there? Anybody? No, no one did? All right, cool. I mean, I saw some of you drinking it, so you're liars. I mean, just saying. Oh, well done, gentlemen, being chivalrous.
You have 2 more to go, gentlemen.
You got this, James.
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're going at each other so fast with such a heavy lance. I'm going to ask Jeffrey, Sir Jeffrey, how heavy is that lance?
The lances are about 6 pounds, but the overall weight is not so much a factor as the balance, because so much of the lance is in front of the hand. There's a very specific technique we have to use when we lower the lance, just lowering it a little bit at a time, slowly as we approach the opponent. Because if we were to drop our lance too quickly, we might overshoot and hit the horse, which would be
Both
bad.
knights are armed.
Sir Michael stands ready. Sir James turns.
Ladies and gentlemen, they've turned. Let's cheer them on! Oh!
I see 1 broken lance and 1 lance
Well
unbroken.
done, Sir James.
I see our scorer indicates 3 points for Sir James, a strike to the shield, a broken lance to the shield. And Sir Michael scores an attaint 1 point for a touch to the shield.
Congratulations! Got a fist bump coming on. Woo, blowing it up. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they're just like you. They're just like you. Oh, hey, guys. I didn't forget. Don't worry. I know. Ladies and gentlemen, are you having a good time? We are about to do our final pass in this joust. This is the final pass, which will determine which knights will be jousting in tomorrow's joust at 4 p.m. right here. So please come back tomorrow.
Michael has his visor down and stands armed. So James has his visor down, receives his lance.
They're both
knights are
armed.
armed. Michael signals to be ready.
They're
So James
turning.
turns. The final pass, gentlemen.
Cheer them on, ladies and gentlemen!
2 decimals. 3 points for Sir Michael. And 3 points for Sir James.
Congratulations, both! Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we're going to tally up the scores and find out who our final winner is. Please stick around because we're going to allow you to come up and say hi to all of the horses. You can pet them. Look at them being so nice to each other. So chivalrous. Let's give them a round of applause for doing such a good job today. Well done, knights. You can go get your helmets off now. Let's give them another round of applause for doing such a good job and being chivalrous to each other. Those horses, right? They're so gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get our final score. Anybody here know math? I don't know math. So anybody else? I'm a woman. I'm not allowed to learn. Anybody?
James has a lot of scores to tally,
He does. He did a really good job.
and we'll probably try to give everyone the news as to who will make the final tomorrow.
Good girl. Good girl. What do you think?
Sir James Hill, let's give him another round of applause for Loretta. Loretta, what a beautiful horse. Yeah, she's such a good girl. We've got the scores. They're coming in.
Thank you. The total for the joust. For Sir Michael, 14 points. For Sir James, 15 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a drum roll. Let's see who's going to be in the tournament tomorrow.
You're a little premature on the drum roll because I have to give you the score of all of today.
Man.
And if Mauro
That's what
here
I
will
get for-
just calm down, just a
No.
touch. Easy, boy, easy. There we are. That's a good boy. Sir James scores 25 points total today. Sir Michael scores 31 points today.
Whoa.
So, without doing any math, my reckoning says that Sir James and Sir Michael will be in the final tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you have a good time today? Excellent. Thank you so much. We have been the World Joust Knights Tournament of Horse. Thank you. Please come up to the rope and meet our horses. And of course the riders. Hi. No, you gotta stay behind the rope. Stay behind the rope. But you wanted to meet this guy over here? Yeah? Come on. Are you ready? I'm gonna lift you up, but I'm gonna do it in a wrap it around your waist, all right?